I get a pretty good speed here, and the brakes are working and it's steering. So the next test is to actually test it in the mud. So there's a place nearby, and I'm going to give it a try. Let it run through some water and some mud. It's been raining a lot here, so see what happens. Okay, as soon as I hit this mud puddle right here, boom, my belt starts slipping, and that's it. So I guess there is a place for belts, but not for off-road. I'm gonna end up doing something different. Another quick update video on my tracked vehicle. I was having the problems with the belt slipping, and so what I've decided to do is change the belts out and make what's called a Davies belt. And basically you're using the same materials, the same belt material, and you're reinforcing it with a chain. I'm using a bicycle chain, just to try this out and see how it works. So that's what I'm demonstrating right now. I installed both of them. The idea was not to have to modify the transmission at all. So as you can see, I installed it on the existing pulleys using the existing tensioner. And the idea is that I didn't want to have to change anything just to see if this would work, to see if the belts are going to end up working. Alright, so this is my first test run. You can see that I'm using the brakes, and it steers really good. The pulleys were slipping just right, and it seemed to work pretty good. It's been a while since I've posted a video. I apologize for that. I have been working on the transmission, trying to get some things figured out on that. I am going to have to make some changes. So basically this is just an update, and you'll see sort of what direction I'm going with this project. I ended up changing the shaft that runs the drive wheels. I'm using 1-inch threaded rod, and I'm going to use that to attach all the different components to drive the drive wheels in the transmission. So the first thing I do, I made a couple of bearing holders, and that's actually welded underneath this angle bracket. It's hard to see from this position, and that's what holds the shaft. Then I welded a 1-inch nut to a motorcycle brake disc, and that gets threaded on. A pulley, and these are just regular car pulleys, and I welded a nut onto that. What I'm going to do is later I'll drill holes and put a spring pin into these to keep them from being able to spin off or to move. By using the threaded rod, it does help me align everything up easier, so I'm able to position the different components exactly where I need them. One of the potential issues that I may have is slipping. So what I may do is, if I have to, I may add an extra pulley to these sides so we get double drive. On these sides. Now for the drive sprocket here, I was able to get a used, damaged rim and take out the center splines, which is actually a steel insert, and weld that to a sprocket. And that's how I slid that over the end here of where this is the end of the transmission for the scooter motor. And I'm using 520 chain and I just welded a 1-inch nut to the sprocket on the back, and then that runs through 2 bearings on either side, and that runs 2 pulleys, and then those 2 pulleys run through the belts to either side. And I'm just using 1 pulley on each side right now, 1 belt. I'm thinking about doubling that up. But first I'm going to try to change the way that I engage and disengage the belt in the back. Do it a different way. But I have the brakes set up, so the idea is on the handlebars on the front, you have a brake on the right, a brake on the left. If you get both brakes together, the vehicle will stop because it's using a scooter motor and transmission, so it won't stall. As long as the steering is in a straight line, then the tension will be on both of these pulleys, meaning there will be traction to both of the wheels in the back. But you will be able to stop in a straight line. And the idea is if you steer to the left or to the right, you'll either be able to steer and it will release tension on one of the sides of the belts and allow it to gradually steer to the left or to the right, or if you turn the steering wheel and apply the brake, it'll rapidly turn to the left or to the right. This is the mechanism I have right now. If you turn the steering wheel, it will release or disengage the belt in the back. Right now I'm using it from underneath, and I'm thinking about getting a smaller belt, 1 inch smaller, and doing it the opposite, have the tensioner from the top pushing down, because I'm still not getting a ton of, with the force that I'm using, even with this chain that I'm using, I'm not getting a lot of pressure, so I'm going to have to rethink that. On the track vehicle, this is what it looked like before. You guys remember it, was having problems with it. This is what it looks like now. I have been doing a little bit of work on it, but I haven't finished. I've had a lot of other things going, but right now I'm just going to show you what I have done. I've changed the bogies to a larger size. The other wheels were sticking. The tracks were a little short for the new bogie wheels, and I had to change the configuration of the suspension, but I was able to use the same parts, just sort of put them in different positions, and this is sort of how I'm showing you how I got it set up. I did end up using one of the smaller wheels on the front just because another big one wouldn't fit. I would have had to redo the tracks, and I wasn't going to do that. The back in the back, I ended up going with larger pulleys. These pulleys are actually about an inch and a half bigger than the old pulleys, and I've added a brake that's going to be for the main shaft that drives both the back wheels. There'll be 1 brake there, and the steering, I'm changing the steering, and I'm using the 2 hand brakes, and I've converted them so when you turn the steering wheel, it will actually apply pressure to one side or the other, and you can see how that works. And what that'll do is those will be connected to the disc in the back on each side, so when you want to turn left or right, it will apply brakes to either the left or right side and stop it. So I think that'll be a lot easier than the way I had it before. What else? That's pretty much it for now. I still have a lot of things necessary to finish. I need to finish tightening the belt tensioners and things like that. But overall, you can see it does look nice. Of course, I got hubcaps on it now. That makes it go faster, right? And what else? I need some lights, and, just some other odds and ends. But it's getting closer. Just got to find time to finish up the back transmission part. I did want to give you guys a little bit of an update. Hey, I almost forgot that I did make a guard for the tracks, and I wanted to throw it on so you guys can see it. It does work as far as protecting the legs from the side of the tracks. A lot of people seem concerned about that. So I did put it together. It's just temporarily put in place. You're not going to reinforce it anymore. Also, maybe I could add accessories to the top of it. So maybe stay on. We'll see. So just tell me what you think